So today we're going to talk about peppers and growing peppers in a greenhouse. You can see we've got a lovely crop of peppers here. It's the end of the season and we've managed to ripen all these up, and we can shortly harvest them and make the most of the crops that we've got. But a greenhouse is an ideal environment for growing peppers, especially if we have a glass greenhouse like this one, because the glass traps the heat much better than plastic, gives us more intense heat, and means that even early in the year the peppers can be growing. In fact, in the UK, really, unless you've got a greenhouse, you're not going to do very well with peppers at all, even if it's a nice summer, because they take a long time to mature. We start our peppers off in January time. Now we've got a heated propagator with a little bit of artificial light, and as soon as we come back from Christmas, we will plant the seeds for the peppers, and we will grow them inside in a greenhouse that we have inside for a couple of months before we transfer them outside. And because we're trying to get early peppers, because we exhibit at the horticultural shows, we will have a little bit of heat outside as well, just so that we're getting our peppers nice and ripe early in the season. If you're doing it at home, you probably don't want the expense of heating the greenhouse, in which case you can buy plug plants, pepper plug plants that have been grown on, and then you're not having to worry about those early stages of growing, and then be able to put them out into the greenhouse when the temperature's a bit higher and the danger of frost has gone. Peppers tend to like it nice and warm, so you can keep the greenhouse semi-closed. The beauty of these greenhouses is the glass slides, so you can ventilate a little bit. You don't want it too hot in there. Even peppers will suffer from excess heat. So on a nice day, you can have the glass open a little bit. If it's really hot in the middle of summertime, you can open it right up. And that also means you can keep the air flowing and stop having disease problems. So growing on your peppers, you need to make sure that they're well watered, that they need plenty of water, not too much. We don't want to have them soggy all the time, but we do want to keep them moist. And the other thing we want to do is feed them regularly. Good mix, tomato fertilizer is a good mix, and keep regularly feeding them. And maybe when we're potting them up and potting them on, incorporate slow release fertilizer, something like chicken manure, into the compost, so they're really getting a good boost. You'll find with the peppers that if you don't feed them, you'll soon see that the leaves are starting to suffer, and that means the peppers are going to suffer and the fruit's going to suffer as well. What you want is, when it's really hot in the summertime, to be able to keep those temperatures up, because it's the high temperatures that are going to give you the heat inside the peppers. And if you're growing them for that spicy, hot effect, then you need the sunlight to convert the plant into the hot flavour. So growing peppers, ideal in a greenhouse, ideally a glass greenhouse, and a small compact greenhouse like this allows you to grow peppers even if you've got a very small garden.